Om 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 Gणपतये नमः। Om सरस्वत्यै नमः। Om श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। अखण्डमण्डलाकारम् व्याप्तं येन चराचरम् तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे। Let us take in Shiva Shakti in 5 deep breaths. Om Shiva Shakti Om. 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 So we are in the 4th shloka of Govindashtakam. Gopalam bhulila vigraha Gopalam kula Gopalam Gopi khelana govardhana dhrita Leela lalita Gopalam Gobhir nigadita Govindas Phutanamanam Bahunamanam Godhi gochara duram Pranamata Govindam Paramanandam. Gopalam, who is the protector of the whole world. Go, we know the list of meanings of the letter Go. Gopala. So he is the protector of the world. Bhu Leela Vigraha. One who has assumed the form as Gopala to play, to sport different leelas in Bhu, that is earth. So, to play so many leelas, he has taken a form as Gopala. There is also another version, Prabhu Leela Vigraha it is. Prabhu Leela Vigraha. The Lord who has taken beautiful form to perform many leelas. Leela is the playful sport. All his actions are for sport as pastime. And it is very catchy like magnet. It attracts everyone. So it looks like he's playing the Leela. Bhu Leela Vigraha or Prabhu Leela Vigraha. Gopalam. Here Gopalam, he in the form as a cowherd boy in Gokula. Kula Gopalam, one who protected the race of Yadavas, who were all cowherd men and women in Gokula. So everything is connected with Go, Gopala, Gokulapala, Govinda. That means it is also hinting that the place Gokula, the people who were in Gokula as Gopas and Gopis, and Govinda, who was Krishna, Govardhanagiri. Everything is connected with that go. It hints that the place and the people, everything, go, even the cattle, they were living in different plane altogether. It was expanded one family, the whole Gokula. So there he was playing so many leelas. So let us see what they are. Gopi Khelana, Govardhana Dhruta, Leela Lalita Gopalam. Gopi Khelana. All the gopis, including Radha, Yashoda, and all other Sakhis, they all used to play near Govardhana, that hill. Govardhana Dhruta, and at a time when the whole Gokula came under the wrath of angry Indra, who showered the hailstones out of anger on Gokula. So all the people and the cattle, all living beings, had to be protected. So at that time, he lifted up Govardhanagiri, the hill, with his little finger as though it is a game, as though it is a play, Leela. And what happened? What is it? Lalita Gopalam. Like that, he protected entertainingly the whole living beings of Gokula. So he's Gopalam, one who protected all of them. So his leelas are not always fearful, but it used to entertain Lalita. It used to entertain the gopis as well. So here what we can understand is, in Gokula, whatever Krishna did as Govinda is cosmic and individual protection, the well-being of the whole cosmos as well as the individuals in Gokula. And what is that Gokula? Go is the whole universe. Kula, the race. One understanding is Yadavas, who belong to one race. But if we take it in the much deeper, vaster meaning, Gokula is the whole universe as one family. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. In that manner, even people were behaving, even Govinda was taking care of them in the same way. So it was like Gokula. So in what way we can understand this? Gopi Khelana. Who are those gopis? During Sri Ramavatara, there were so many rishis, munis, who had enjoyed him as father, as son, as friend, as a protector, as a king. So they had the taste of Sri Rama in all these aspects, from all these colors. But they had not tasted how it would be to enjoy Sri Rama as Kanta, that is, as beloved, like Sita did. So when they told their desire to Sri Rama, he said, in the next Janma, you all take birth in Gokula. I will also incarnate as Krishna. And I will give you that opportunity for you guys, for you all. So in that way, Gopi Khelana, those gopis are transcendental gopis. They were all playing near that Govardhana. They were all attracted to play near Govardhana. What is so big about Govardhana? Go again. All the prosperity. Vardhana. That is the wealth which prospers, flourishes, grows on that hill. Govardhana. So that Govardhana hill was like a great asset for the whole Gokula, providing all necessary things for the living beings of Gokula. Not only that, that Govardhana also used to give the joy, happiness, solace, peace when they were close by Govardhana. So they all used to spend their time near that. And Govardhana was very sacred hill. So they were all assembling there. And when they started doing the worshipping puja to Govardhana, according to the instruction of Krishna, instead of Indra, to whom they used to worship every year. But instead of him, they started worshipping Govardhana. Indra got really angry and he started showering the hailstones from which they could not escape. So that is when Krishna lifted that Govardhana hill. That is, he protected all the living beings under that Govardhana, means Govinda held up all the prosperity, all the wealth, everything the people needed, and he protected them from the wrath of Indra. Govardhana, Gopi Khelana, Govardhana Dhruta Leela. And that too, the way he lifted with little finger was like a great sport for him. And it was entertaining to the people as well. How could such a young boy lift the whole hill in one hand like umbrella? And he is protecting all of us. After all, he is Gopala. Gobhir Nigadita Govinda Sputanamanam Bahunamanam. Krishna has so many names. Vishnu Sahasranama, isn't it? Among all the names, Govinda Nama is highlighted and it is declared, or Nigadita, it is described, expressed in Go. Go means Vedas. By Vedas, Gobih, by Vedas, Govinda Nama, Sputa Namanam. Very clearly, distinctly, that name is declared among all names. So we can understand why that Govinda is so powerful. When someone is in danger or who needs the help from Krishna a lot, in all those situations as well, Govinda Namasmarana helps. Godhi Gochara Duram Pranamata Govindam Paramanandam. Godhi Gochara Duram. Go, here it is the Vedas and the Shastras. Dhi is intellectually understanding, churning the knowledge of Vedas intellectually. For them, Gochara, to perceive through churning intellectually the Vedas, is not possible. He is not perceived. He cannot be seen through intellectual skill or churning Vedas intellectually. And through that churning, if they want to see, he is not available. Gochara Duram is far away. Is far away. He is unapproachable, unperceivable through intellectual churning of the greatest encyclopedia, which is Vedas. Go. Go Dhi. Gochara Duram is not available. There is also another version, instead of Godhi Gochara Duram, Gopi Gochara Pathikam. Both hold good. Because Gopi Gochara Pathikam, one who is visible, perceivable by gopis, because he is Pathika. Pathika is a traveler, one who travels on the road. That means Krishna was always available to all the gopis, because we know who those gopis are. They were showering their love at every action, at every word. So Krishna used to be around them all the time. So, like a co-traveler, he used to be always with them. That's also beautiful. Pranamata, we bow down. Govindam, to that Govinda, who is Paramananda. So looking at the other three lines of this stanza, we can understand Govinda is nothing but Paramananda. Paramananda is the utmost happiness. That too, Govinda used to give that utmost happiness in different levels to different people, in different ways, in different intensities. They all used to feel him as the utmost bliss. Like, just like he used to do the leelas entertainingly in different ways, in different intensities. Even his presence used to give that Parama Ananda, utmost Ananda to everyone, not only the human beings, even cattle, monkeys, because he used to share whatever he had, even the butter which he had stolen, he would share with the monkeys. And the monkeys were the great friends of Govinda. Go pass, the cowherd boys. If Krishna is not to be seen, they all would sit with dim faces. The minute they see Govinda coming close to them, they would feel Paramananda. Gopis, even just listening to his flute, it would bring them Paramananda. Leave alone seeing him, listening to flute. Even to talk about Govinda, they used to have that utmost joy. Paramananda. And of course, Yashoda and others, they also used to enjoy him in different ways as a child. They would enjoy him. Parama Ananda. Devotees, just Nama Japa of Govinda gives so much of joy for them. And their devotion towards Govinda would make them go more deeper and deeper into living in the realm of Govinda. If that is so for just the devotees, what about the Bhakta Shiromani? How they would have felt? Just the presence of Govinda is Paramananda. Jnanis. They were able to see that Govinda, who is in Saguna Brahma form, they would straight away feel Brahmananda, which is Parama Ananda. because they are able to see through that Sagunabrahman Krishna, Govinda, as Nirguna Nirakara Sarvavyapi Brahman. They could experience that. That is the utmost Ananda, Brahmananda. See how beautifully as Leela he used to give Parama Ananda for everyone. Even today, even now, right now, you and me are enjoying Govinda. How and why? He is very much sitting within each one of us. Because of his presence in us, we are happy, we are remembering him, we are with focused mind, meditatively, we are talking and listening to the stories of Govinda. That is because of just the presence of that Paramananda within us. Parama Ananda. So he gives that instantaneously, that Parama Ananda for different people at different times in different ways. So if we contemplate on that, just Paramananda, Paramananda, Govinda, Paramananda. Just reciting it many times gives so much of happiness, which is uncomparable with any other joy, the happiness. Gopi Mandala Goshti Bhedam Bhedavasthama Bedabham Shashwat Gokhura Nirdhutodgata Dhuli Dhusara Saubhagyam Shraddha Bhakti Grihitanandam Achintyam Chintita Satbhavam Chintamani Mahimanam Pranamata Govindam Paramanandam. Gopi Mandala. Small circles are called mandala, the circles of gopis. Goshti Bhedam. Goshti is much bigger circle, huge circle. Like that, there were so many circles of gopis when they were having Rasa Leela. Everyone from Gokula, Vrindavana, they wanted to enjoy the company of Govinda. So he bestowed them a chance to be with him, to play with him, to dance with him, to sing with him, enjoy the blissful moments, Paramananda, through playing the Rasa Leela on the banks of Yamuna in the moonlight. So how was it? There were too many people, too many gopis, and they were all in different mandalas and different goshti. So what did he do? Bhedavastham. He took different forms, many forms as himself. Not only that, Abhedabham. He also shone like the great illuminous one presence. Can you imagine? So, He multiplied himself for gopis because they all wanted, everyone wanted Krishna for themselves. So he said, you want to enjoy dancing with me as an individual? I'm here, come, let us dance. So he like that, he provided himself to every gopi. So everyone got that Paramananda, thinking, Krishna is playing only with me. And however, those other gopis who were able to see him, they could understand, they could see the whole Rasa Vrinda, all the gopis with that many Krishnas around, who is self-illuminous. They could see the whole thing as one bright, illuminous form. That is Govinda. Abheda. Abheda means as just one. So that was his leela. He gave that Paramananda for both type of people, both type of gopis. Individually who wanted, for them in Vaita Bhava, he said, come, I will dance with you. Individually, taking multiple forms. For those gopis who were looking at the whole thing, it looked like just one huge illuminous form. That is for, if we take Gopi, Mandala, Goshti, Bhedam, Bhedavastham, Abhedabham. Sri Radha and the other gopis who were all present in Rasa Leela, they served and they savored Krishna in this manner. Even Yashoda, elderly gopis in Gokula, they are also called gopis. How did they enjoy Krishna? Even for them, Gopi Mandala, being a small village, gopis who were not learned women, in a colloquial way we can say, they were not learned. So they used to form small group and talk, gossip, and there would be big group as well. So this Krishna, as a very naughty boy, he would go to different groups, multiplying himself and play different games. They all used to feel so happy to be with Krishna. Oh, that Krishna is with us, we four of us. So lucky we are. They would feel happy. At the same time, Bhedavastham, when they wanted to come and complain that your son is playing havoc in our house. I caught him red-handed when he was stealing the butter. And he would bring, holding his hand, to Yashoda. And Yashoda would say, no, Krishna is inside. I just now gave him food. And when you called, I came out. And you are holding your own son. And you are saying it is Krishna. And when she sees that child is not Krishna, but her own son. How did it happen? It is Krishna who had taken that form. He transformed himself as Krishna in her house. And when he came here with that gopi, he made himself look like her own son. So like that, he was giving trouble as Leela and also instruct them through his leelas. All these things are illusory. See how I can change myself in so many ways. The whole Jagat is like that. Wake up, wake up. Because you are all transcendental gopis, not normal human beings. You are all sages. Wake up, wake up. Through his leelas, he used to instruct. How fortunate they are all. And then Shashwat Gokura, that is Shashwat always. Gokura means the hooves of the cows. Nirdhutodgata. Udgata means sprung up. It used to arise. Nirdhuta, that means they all used to get Nirdhuta, they all used to get the color of the sprung up dhuli dhusara. That is the dust which were springing up from the hooves of the cows when they were walking or running. That being Gokula in the mud, the dry mud, when the cows are coming, running, hopping, it used to give rise to the dust, and it used to be on Govinda, other Gopas, Gopis, and they had this Saubhagyam. It was like the fortune for them, which is very true. Because the cow itself is very sacred. If we look at a cow, its every action is to serve others. Its whole body is also serving others. And Go is Go Mata. And the cowshed where those cows go live, even that is sacred. So many of the dharmic rites, rituals take place in this Goshala, in Goshti. So if these people are showered with, washed away with, Nirdhuta is washing away. The whole body is having that dhuli dhusara, that dust of Gokula mud soil, which is Saubhagya. They were fortunate to get that. And he used to look beautiful in that dust. Being one with nature itself is a great sadhana. Becoming one with nature. Living with unison with nature. That is what the Gokula people used to do. They would take the cows in the morning to graze. Everywhere it is the play with nature. The raindrops falling on the mud, the fragrance of that mud, the first raindrop when it drops on the soil, it gives rise to a smell of the earth. Listening to the birds, taking the hot sun the breeze, eating and sleeping under the tree. These are all nothing but a tapas, tapana, in nature, with nature, which happens as a leela. And they were fortunate. Now, if you want to get drenched in that, the dust of the hooves of cows, is it ever possible? Having come away from that environment, we should be having the fortune of having even the opportunity and recognize it and enjoy it. That also we are not having. So imagine how they would have enjoyed. Shashwat Gokura Nirdhutodgata Dhuli Dhusara Saubhagyam. They all had that. Shraddha Bhakti Grihitam Anandam. This Govinda, who is nothing but Ananda, bliss, is bundle of that bliss, Anandam. One can attain him, one can perceive him, one can experience him through Shraddha Bhakti. Achintyam, he is beyond thoughts. He is beyond thoughts. Chintita Sadbhavam. However, Sadbhavam, people, great seekers, they great bhaktas, through their mind, having given total surrender with Shraddha and Bhakti, they used to chintita, they always used to meditate upon Govinda. So what do we understand here? Shankaracharya is giving us the hint. Being Jivatma, how to attain Govinda, who is nothing but Ananda. That is possible if we have Shraddha, that unflinching faith, firm faith that Govinda is my life. Govinda is the only thing, only being whom I have to have all the time. He is the protector. That immense faith, knowing what that Govinda is. He is Sagunabrahman in the form to guide us towards him. Yet he is Nirgunabrahman, who is the bundle of bliss. So when we have that kind of faith with devotion, that devotion is keeping this faith alive, strong, all the time. How is it possible? That devotion, bhakti comes when we make ourselves part of him. Govinda as part of me. That way, when I become the part of him, the love springs up. And that love makes us become one, Govinda and myself. So naturally, that love will make the devotion also much stronger, and the faith will also be there. When this is the whole mindset, one becomes a person with well-cultured mind, which can go deep into meditation, and they can keep thinking chintana about Govinda all the time. They might be doing anything in the world through the body, but the inner mind will be always on Govinda. So, Chintamani Mahimanam Pranamata Govindam Paramanandam. Chintamani Mahimanam. Mahimanam is magnificent, gorgeous, and he's glorious as well. And he's Chintamani. Chintamani, the very superficial meaning is wish yielding gem. How can we understand it? How is it possible? It is a very deep word. Chinta Mani. Mani is a gem. Chinta Mani. He is like a gem worthy of keep on thinking about him. Among all the thoughts we get in this mind, among all the thoughts, the thought on Govinda is like the gem of thoughts. So, when we have the gem of thought in us all the time, which is Govinda, naturally that Govinda thought blossoms, ripens, and it expands to the extent that I get the skill to fulfill the wish which is genuine. So I say, it is Govinda who is Chintamani. Did you understand how it works? Govinda thought is the gem. If I have that gem like thought, Chintamani in me, naturally all the wishes will be fulfilled by that Atma which is within me, and I enjoy that result, accomplished desire. So like that is Chintamani, who is Mahima, magnificent, is glorious. Pranamata Godam Govindam Paramanandam. So this Ashtakam is like a Rangoli, or even the henna, what we put mehendi on the hand. Rangoli, if we see how beautifully they start with small design, that design itself looks very complete. But their creative power makes them go one more circle. That itself is complete. Again, they go one more circle. Like that, they fill the whole road with such beautiful design. So like that, this Ashtakam, one can keep expanding in enjoying every word. We can live every word, contemplate on that every word, and it will keep on expanding. Like mehendi, it becomes intricate and more delicate, and they fill the whole hand with so many designs. Intricate and very delicate, thin as well. So like that, this Ashtakam provides so much of food for our jiva. Snana vyakula yoshid vastram upadaya gamam uparudam vyadit santiratha Vastra datum upakarshantam taha. Nirdhuta dvayashoka vimoham buddham buddheranthastam sattamatra shariram pranamata govindam paramanandam. Even in this, from Sagunabrahman to Nirgunabrahman to Sagunabrahman to Nirgunabrahman, Govinda is moving around from one pada to another pada. This is really beautiful and very deep. Snana Vyakula, busy with bathing. Snana Vyakula, Yoshit. Yoshit are the gopis, the women of Gokula. Dik Vastram. They are all having dik as the vastra. That means they were all naked and they were busy bathing in the pond or in the lake. Upadaya gamuparudham. Agam means that which doesn't move, which is, it can be a tree, it can be a mountain. Agam. Here it is tree. Arudham. Upadaya means taking that, the vastras of the clothes of the gopis who were busy bathing in the pond with dik vastra. They were wearing dik as vastra, as clothes, and they were all enjoying in the pond. This Govinda, vastram upadaya, taking away the clothes, agam arudham. He climbed up the tree. Then Vyadit Santiratha. Then Vyadit, openness. That means they were all naked. They were open. Santi. Santi means they closing that. That means they wanted to come out and have their clothes around them. Vyadit Santi atha Digvastra datum upakarshantam taha. So, to give back those clothes, for them to have the cloth back, they had to come closer to him. He upakarshantam, he attracted them towards him to give back the clothes. So what do we understand here? Those gopis who are transcendental gopis, even though they are uneducated according to our eyes, they were highly cultured and their soul was way high in their spiritual awakening. So, those gopis were enjoying self in the pond, having no clothes on them, no veil around them. So when they decided to come out of the water, they needed the clothes. When they looked around, they could not find, and finally they saw that he is sitting on top of the tree folding their clothes. So sitting in the water itself, they were trying to get their clothes, put it down, we need that now. But he said, no, you come towards me, I will give you. And here we should understand that Krishna is not an adolescent, silly boy who is infatuated looking at these gopis. No, he is Govinda. Govinda, one who protects. So, to teach them the lesson of what that Nirgunabrahman is, what that Paramananda is, he took away the vastras. They could come out of the water just like that only because they came out of the notion, I am a woman, I am not properly dressed, I am the body, I am the mind. I am the woman, I am not properly dressed. They had to come out of that limitation. That they could come out of the limitation of I am the individual, I am the woman, I am not properly dressed, only because when the love and devotion came out highly projected, when they were able to come out of that limitation only because of the devotion and surrender. So just put yourself in that position, contemplate. It is not easy because we have taken so many janmas to know, to live that I am this body. I have to be properly dressed. To come out of that limitation, something else should be much more stronger, much more stronger. Only then we can forget that I am an individual. So they were able to do it when they totally surrendered. There is no way you can get the clothes. And it is, after all, Govinda. So the total surrender made them get attracted towards Govinda. And they didn't feel that we are walking naked towards Govinda. So there was that connection in a very pure way. And once they surrendered themselves, yes, as you requested, we have come to you. Do whatever you feel. He dropped the clothes. Having gone through that experience of total surrender to him, without having any inhibition, any obstruction, any veil around them, that surrender, that experience is enough to lead the further commoner's life on earth. Is very different, very beautiful. One will be in that Paramananda, even though the body, the five senses, the mind is going through different situations. So they had that fortune when they were alive, right in front of Krishna, that experience of total surrender, which gave them Paramananda, they experienced. This is through Bhakti Marga. Through Jnana Marga also, this holds really well. Shankaracharya is, I don't know what to say, he is not a human being at all. See the way he has chosen the words. It holds good for the seekers who are going in Bhakti Marga as well as in Jnana Marga. For both of them, this Gopi Vastrapaharana holds really good. Now let us see how it works for people of Jnana Marga. Snana Vyakula Yoshit. Yoshit are the Gopis, women. They are nothing but Jivatma. Those Jivatma Gopis have gone to the pond. Why? To clean themselves, to become pure. So, Sthana Vyakula, they are busy in cleansing themselves. They are trying to purify themselves by taking the Snana. Snana here, it is only a suggestive thing. It is suggesting those Yoshit women are trying to purify themselves. So, Govinda had to guide them, protect them. So, he didn't want them to get into the Vastra again. Vastra here is the veil of delusion, the veil of ignorance, the veil of the strong notion, I am the body, I am the mind. He didn't want them to have that. So it is suggestive that he took away the clothes. Agam, that which does not move. See the word he has used, agam. To say tree, he said agam, means that which does not move. That is Nirguna, Nirakara, Atma. He Arudham, climbed, means he established himself as Nirguna Atma, which is Brahman. He established himself. He climbed up into that state as Agam, the Atma. He is there, holding all the vastras with him, the veils with him, so that he is helping them. Then what happens? Atah, afterwards, Vyadit Santihi, purifying, that is, they are purifying themselves to the extent that they are ready for the next stage to experience. So even when we sit for meditation, when we are meditating, when the mind concentrates, it expands and it doesn't have any obstacle or way around. It is just vast expanse. So, Vyadita, they were enjoying that, having purified themselves. They were enjoying that Vyadita, openness. To carry on their worldly life, they had to come out of the meditation or that openness which they had. Santihi, they wanted to close it. at that point, to give them the vastra, which is dig vastra, those people who had directions as their clothes, that is naked. Naked here, it is, they were totally blissful. They had forgotten themselves. They had forgotten, they had come out of that individuality. To that extent, they were to self. Then, datum, to give back the vastra, he said, he upakarshantam, he Govinda attracted them towards him. Who is he? Agam Arudham. He is in that state of Nirguna. So that means he is attracting them towards Nirakara Nirguna Brahman Anubhava. Taha, those gopis, Yoshi. That is to come out of the veil of emotions, inhibitions, hesitation, and the notion that I am Stri, I am Prakriti, I am Jivatma, I am individual. So when they came out of the pond, they could realize at once, I am also Nirguna. Govinda is also Nirguna, Nirakara, Nirakara. That oneness in Advaita Bhava they experienced. Once they experience that Bhava, having back all the vastras is not a big deal. They will wear it for the sake of the society to move around. That's it. It will not go within. This reminds me of Akka Mahadevi of Karnataka and Laleshwari of Kashmir, who was also called Lal Ded. These two women, they never used to wear vastra or anything. They had that power in them. So we can understand to what extent one can understand this vastrapaharana of gopikas. Nirdhuta dvaya shoka vimoham. Nirdhuta, he is fully devoid of, he is washed out of dvaya, feeling the duality. Shoka, the grief or the humanly emotions. Vimoham, the worldly delusion. Govinda never had, because he is Brahman. Buddham, he was all the time aware of his existence as Sat Chit Ananda. He was aware of it every moment. He is Purnavatari. All the time he knew it, he lived it, but outwardly he would enact so well that he is a very normal human cowboy, or in Mathura as a political person. Those were all just the leelas. He was actually Sat Chit Ananda, who was aware of it, Buddha, but he used to enact in so many ways. See how beautiful it is. Even now, he is enacting in both of us, you and me. Because of his leela, you are you, I am I, and we are interacting. So, Buddham, Buddheranthastam. Not only that, he also sits, establishes himself firmly in all the Buddherantham, in the intellect of everyone. Is there. So it is up to each one of us to be in touch with that Buddhi, where he is there, well established. He is Atma Rama. Satta Matra Shariram. This is a beautiful expression. Satta Matra Shariram. Sat is pure existence. Sat. He is Matra. He is only that. He is only that. Sharira is just there. So he had totally disidentified with the Sharira, and he always used to maintain himself as Sat. Satta Matram. Pranamata Govindam Paramanandam. Kantam Karana Karanamadi Manadim Kala Ghanabhasam Kalindigata Kaliya Shirasi Sunrityantam Muhuratyantam Kalam Kala Kalatitam Kalitashesham Kalidoshabdham Kalatrayagati Hetum Pranamata Govindam Paramanandam. So Kantam, he is pleasantly very radiant. Because of that, he was always very attractive. Magnetic attraction was in him. And that's why he's called Krishna. Kantam. Karana. Karanam Adim. He is the very source, Karana, the very cause of many other Karanas. Karana, Karanamadi. Means what? In this manifested universe, you take any object, any person, any situation, any action, for everything, if you trace back the cause, what is the cause of this? It is this. What is the cause of this? It is this. What is the cause of this? It is this. Like that, if you trace back, for every karana of different things, everything will be only that Brahman, Nirakara Nirguna Brahman, who is this Govinda. So, one situation, take for example, one situation. I might be going in this chain of causes. Another person might be going in another chain of causes. Another chain of causes. All these will lead to the same one karana, one source, which is Brahman. You do this experiment. I have done it so many times. It is so wonderful, and it makes us expand ourselves in our understanding, in our perception of so many things connected with the universe and that Ishvara, and also I as Jivatma. Do this experiment. Just take anything, whatever you see around you, take that. How did it come? What is the reason for that? Go behind. Go behind. You will reach the Brahman as the cause in no time. For everything, for every situation, for every person. So it's wonderful. That is what Shankaracharya is telling here. Kantam Karana Karanam Adim. He is the Adi, the very start point for everything to emerge. Anadim. He is also without any Adi behind him. Previous to him, there is nothing. He is the Adi, and there is nothing behind him or previous to him, before him. Anadim. Kala Ghanabhasam. And he is even beyond the Kala. The time, concept of time, he is not caught in that, but he is beyond. So he looks like just Kala Ghana. Abhasam. That is how he appears when we think of what that Govinda is. What is his Mula? When did he come? When you think of it, he is beyond, because he is the creator of Kala, the concept of Kala. And then Kalindigata Kaliya Shirasi Sunrityantam Bhuratyantam. Kalindi Gata. Kalindi is Yamuna river. She is considered as the daughter of Sun. Sun is Kalinda. His daughter is Kalindi, who is Yamuna. She is also called Tapanatanayi. Kaliya. Kaliya had gone in that he had taken refuge in Yamuna river, because Garuda, who is the enemy of the snake, Sarpa, was not allowed to come into that Yamuna. He was forbidden. So it was the safest place for Kaliya. But King Kaliya was not very cooperative for the ongoing of the universe. He was creating havoc. So what did Govinda do to control him? Shirasi Sunrityantam. He danced on the hood of the Kaliya. Muhuratyantam. Continuously, quickly, with so much of vigor. What can we understand by this? Krishna wanted to punish Kaliya, not killing him. So for punishing, what did he do? He held the tail in one hand and the face of that Kaliya in another hand, and he was twisting it in different ways, and he was pounding on him, giving pressure on his head in different intensities, in different rhythm as well. So by that pressure and everything, Kaliya's ego just came down. So his movement of the hands and the legs, which was pounding on his head, looked like dancing, because it is rhythmic and it was beautiful. So it looked like dancing. When ego comes down, when the pressure is put on the head. So, Kalindi is this mind which is flowing, isn't it? The mind is flowing continuously. In that, when the venomous Kaliya-like thought comes, at once we should ask Govinda to come and dance on our shiras, so that all that venomous thoughts will come down. The ego will also come down and we become stable. Kalam kala kalatitam kalitashesham kalidoshagnam. Kalam, he is the creator of the concept of time. Kalam. Kala, he is the manifestation of Kala as well. The time, manifestation of time. Kalatitam, he is beyond measure of the time. Kalita Shesham, and he is the one without leaving, he takes the time away. That means Srishti Sthiti Laya, past, present, future. The whole concept is gulped by him. Kalita Shesham, Kalidoshagnam. He also takes away the Kalidosha, that is the destroyers of the evil of Kali Yuga. He destroys it. So, he himself being beyond the time, he is the creator of the time. He is the manifestation of the time, which we all go through. And he is the one who takes away again the concept of time, because he has put it in us. He is the one who has put the seed of concept of time in every Jivatma. So we are bound by that time, the concept of time in the mind. But he is beyond. Vrindavana bhuvi vrindarakagana vrindaradhita vandyayam. Vrindavana bhuvi, that is Vrindavana, which is a very sacred place, because Vrindaraka Gana, Vrindaraka means all the devatas, the heavenly beings, who all used to visit, who all used to come to that Vrindavana. Vrindaradhita Vandyayam. Vrindaradhita, all those devatas who used to come when Krishna was young, when he was growing up in Vrindavana. All devatas wanted to have darshana of this Krishna. So they all used to come down to Vrindavan. And they all used to live among all other gopis and gopas. And they all would do aradhana. Vandyam. He used to be worshipped, bowed down by this Gana of devatas, devata ganas. Kunda bhamala, pure amala, pure. Kunda is the jasmine flower, which is pure white. beautiful in its shape as well. And the fragrance is also beautiful. Kundabha, he had that smile. Mandasmera. So, Mandasmera is the slight smile on his lips all the time. How it used to look? It had the radiance of the jasmine flower, and the shape is also like beautiful, especially when it is half blossomed, like Mandasmita. When Mandasmita, just little portion of teeth will be shown, that whiteness. And from that face, there used to be the fragrance as well. So Krishna's Mandasmita was like the jasmine. Kunda Bhamala Mandasmera Sudhanandam. And because of that Mandasmita, Mandasmera, the whole face used to look so beautiful. The smiling face. It used to be like Sudha, nectar, like Ananda, bliss. It used to emit. Sumahanandam. It was like the great bundle of joy. Sumahanandam. Not only he himself is filled with Ananda, Mahananda, he used to give it, share it with everyone who would come in contact with him. So there is another version which says Suhridanandam. That is also beautiful. Suhrid, one who has good heart, a reciprocal heart, which responds with harmony to any situations and the people around, all beings around. That person is called Suhrut. That type of interaction we see with friends. So, a friend is called Suhrut. If he is Suhrut, who is emitting that Ananda, bliss all the time, naturally, whoever comes in contact with Krishna would also have that Ananda, that harmonious, friendly happiness, Ananda, which everyone used to feel when they were with this Govinda. Vandyashesha Mahamuni Manasa Vandyananda Padadvandvam. Vandyashesha Mahamuni. The great sages and the seers, their mind would Vandya, would worship, adore him, would serve him. Ashesha, without leaving even a single Muni or the Rishi. Everyone used to get attracted to worship him, to adore him, to contemplate on him, to meditate on him. So their mind was always engaged in that Govinda. Vandyananda Padadvandvam. Vandyananda. Again, those sages used to worship his feet, which are Padadvandva, which were also emitting Ananda. The minute we see the feet of Govinda, naturally it makes one filled with joy, happiness, the bliss that they used to experience. Mahamuni, they themselves are worshipable. They are so great. And their mind is filled with reverence, prayers, worship towards the feet of Govinda. Nandya Shesha Gunabdhim. Nandya Shesha Gunabdhim. Nandati is feeling joyous, blissful, with ocean-like virtues. Ashesha Gunabdhim. Whatever virtues one perceives in this world, without leaving even one, all the virtues, attributes is on Govinda. And is nothing but that bliss. Nandya Shesha Gunabdhim Pranamata. I bow down. Govindam Paramanandam. So, Govinda himself is nothing but the joyous bundle. Every inch of Govinda is speaking Ananda, Ananda, Ananda. And these Munis, who are great on their own credits, worshipable Munis, they are always in touch with the feet of Govinda through meditating, contemplating on. Can you imagine what connection they have? How they would have felt being one with Govinda in that way. What joy he would have brought to those Munis. Govindashtakam etadadhite Govindarpita chetayu. Whoever has Govindashtakam etadadhite, whoever has studied, imbibed, and hold this Govindashtakam within themselves, in their heart, whoever has surrendered, arpita, cheta, whoever has surrendered their mind, heart, intellect, that antakarana to Govinda. Govindachyuta Madhava Vishnu Gokula Nayaka Krishneti. Govinda, we know the meaning, one who protects the whole world. With so much of joy, he pleases everyone, everything, and he gives power, courage, he supports. Achyuta, immaculate. There is no lacking in him. There is no destruction for him. Achyuta. Madhava. He is the Lord of Lakshmi, who is the treasure of wealth of different kinds. Madhava. Vishnu, one who pervades every cell of this whole manifestation. Gokula Nayaka. Gokula, we should understand here Gokula as the whole world, not that small village, because I feel jealous if it is to only that Gokula, because I am not living there. Gokula, to the whole universe. Nayaka, he is the Lord, protector. Krishna, one who is friendly, one who attracts everyone towards him. Iti, like that. Govindangri Sarojat Dhyana. One who meditates upon the lotus-like feet of Govinda, Sudha Jala Dhauta. He will be washed with that Sudha Jala, the nectar-like water. Jala here means that which flows like water. The fluidity of water is so easy and continuous. Like that, Sudha, the nectar, flows. It washes away what? Samastagho, all sins. Because of the primary, very first sin, the notion which we are carrying and living so strongly for so many janmas. What is that notion which is the sin? I am the body. I am the mind. Because of that, I am inviting with both the hands, stretched hands, all the other sins which I will be creating in this universe without understanding what this world is. We are not hitting the point at all because of that one strong sin. The notion that I am the body, I am the mind. I am living it. Because of that strong one sin, I am creating many more sins. All those sins will be washed away by this Sudha Jala. How is it possible? Because he is showering that Sudha Jala. He is washing it. On whom? The one who is totally surrendering to Govinda, Achyuta, Madhava, Vishnu, Gokulanayaka, Krishna, and at the feet of that Govinda. So mind is surrendered to that Govinda at his feet. To that person, Samastar Agha, Agha is the sin, will be washed away. Govindam Paramanandamritam Antastham Sa Tamabhyeti. And after all the Samasta sin, Agha is washed away, Govindam Paramanandamritam, he will be having within himself. He will be having that Govinda and the Amrita, which is that Paramananda within himself. And he attains that Govinda. Sir, Tamabhyeti, he attains that. Tam is that Govinda. Abhyeti, he attains that Govinda. That means he becomes one with Govinda. One with Govinda. So, Govindashtakam, Like this, Govindashtaka, even in Moha Mudgara, Bhaja Govindam, he takes us, Shankaracharya guides us in such a beautiful way. Even this Govindashtaka, if the more we contemplate, the more we can understand about the magnificence of Govinda and the way, like Leela is teaching us in a very friendly way. He's making us get into that Govinda consciousness. Mm. Om Shiva Shakti, Shiva Shakti, Shiva Shakti Om. 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 Shiva Shakti, Shiva Shakti, Shiva Shakti Om.